for you. This.
Weapons over here. Tank! Tank! still, I can heal you. Bill's here. How you doing? I got you. Here, take this. This science has had a running somewhere. Stay positive, guys. I gotta about this. Ready?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Yeah. Let's do it.
The tracks are down there. Pipe bomb here. Pills here. Pills here. everything we can. Bill's here. Bill's here. Bill's here. Bill's here. Bill's here. Bill. Lights. Yo, Bill's here. Watch my back. Oh! Hurry up! Over there! Move! Move it here! Move it up faster! Come on! Everybody inside! Inside! Hurry! Yo, thanks, man. Come on. You gotta get up.
Lewis, come on, patch yourself up.
Hold still, I can heal you. Thanks. here.
Hurt.
Grenade! Pipe bomb! Grenade!
Bro, they all spawn inside of my body. Great. None of them run towards the pipe bomb. Great. You know what? I think I will take that shot now. I think I will. I can't. I got one good teammate. The others are a bunch of fucking idiots. And it's becoming too hard for people to keep running in front of my fucking gun while I'm trying to shoot zombies. I want to just go alone. That's why I always run ahead. I'm good at shooting shit. I'm not good at not shooting shit, okay? So when people are just running in and out of my fucking line of fire, makes me nervous, man. So now either I have to not shoot anything to keep safe, which means I'm no help to the team, or I shoot your fucking chest and all your organs fly out the back. I mean, and then I'm no help to the team. So now it's like, because of your movement, you're down a teammate. Either way. Just don't run in front of my gun. Or if you're gonna run in front of my gun, stay there. So I know I don't aim that way anymore. You keep bobbing and weaving and shit. Zombies aren't shooting guns. You don't need to bob and weave. You don't need to dodge bullets here. Just fucking stand still and shoot. Punch them if they get too close, you know? Oh, man. I feel bad because that was the only good player on our team too, besides his movement. So that was our only hope for the rest of the team. We're all dead. There's no one to help us. It's over. We're dead. What about Mook? What about Mook? How come I can't go to heaven? It's not fair. I want to go to heaven. I want to shoot zombies in heaven. That would be heaven, bro. Imagine I just get up to heaven and God's like, alright, here you are. Kill as many zombies as you want. I'd be fucking... Oh, that would be the best. Here's a bottle of whiskey. Here's a case of beer. Here's a shotgun. Just go ham. Dude, I would be happy as... I can't think of a better heaven, man. I mean, what is your version of heaven? I'm curious now to hear everyone's version of their heaven because and that's the problem, right? I believe there's else. See, here's my take on it.
I don't know, but I can't believe that's the end of it. Everything is die and that's it.
Alright, but here's the problem with heaven, right? Everyone's version of heaven is different. So, that being said, there are only two choices now to make a singular place, a heaven, for everyone. A, once people get up there, they just get brainwashed and under mind control, and they're visualizing that they're in this place killing zombies when they're really not. It's like you jacked into the Matrix and you're in La La Land, you know,
right.
Which is manipulation. That's kind of evil. It's just a make-believe now, and like, what about real life? Which would be weird. So what's really going on in heaven? Am I really in a pit of burning fire, but in my head I'm up in La La Land, killing zombies? Or two, everyone does have their own heaven, and it would just be utter chaos, and no one could be happy because there's zombies here now. Sorry, guys. Had to make room for Vaughn's heaven. Like, what? Or, I guess the third option would be for you to become a god and create your own world, and that's your world you live. Which would be very weird. And I don't think heaven's possible either without some kind of mind manipulation, because everyone gets tired of something eventually. Like, and I feel like down to the core as human beings, the way you enjoy things is directly linked to the amount of struggle that went into it. That's why we like competitive things, you know? That's why we enjoy those types of things, you know? Struggle. You didn't have to struggle to get it. You're not going to like it the same as if you just got it. For instance, rich people. They have access to a Ferrari just like that. They're gonna have a Ferrari parked in their front driveway and not even care. Like, what if it gets stolen? What if it dude, if it gets a windshield cracked, they're buying a new one tomorrow. They don't give a fuck about that car. Meanwhile, if average Joe like me got a Ferrari, he'd be out there washing that shit. He'd be out there scrubbing it. He would take care of it. He would love the hell out of that car. He would never buy another car. Even if he got rich enough to get a new car, he would keep a special place in the garage just for that. You know? Because he struggled to get that. So that's the next problem with heaven. Like, eventually, since there's no struggle, you're going to stop enjoying whatever that version of your heaven was. Like, if I'm a god and I just created a planet just to kill zombies, now that I'm a god and killing zombies is free, it just kind of, I mean, eventually I'm going to be like, alright, that's enough. I want to do something else. Unless in the spirit realm, your mind doesn't experience growth or change. Because you need change for growth. So if you don't experience change, then you'll never actually grow, which would be a weird mentality to have. Like you're just a phantom ghost stuck in a replay of the same moment forever and it doesn't bother you. Because you're just a phantom. Which to me is weird because it's pretty much like you're not alive anymore.
I can't tell you.
Yeah. I think that's why people get hooked on drugs. Is this because it's like you just skip past the action part of everything and just trick your brain into being happy. You just skip past all that struggle part of it, all that everything, and just have that same feeling. You know? You feel like you just had sex with 32 women in a row and you're a champion and you have an orgasm right now, and except you didn't have to do any of that to get that orgasm. It just happened in your brain for free. Whereas, like, in real life, if you did have sex with 32 women, right, and had that orgasm, there's only so long you can go doing that before you stop enjoying it the same way. Like, you might have the Giganut 5000 the first time. Afterwards, it's just sex. And then after that, it's like, I'd rather just sleep in. If you did it for a long time. You wouldn't get that same rush in your brain. That same pleasure. Whereas with drugs, it just tricks your brain into having that pleasure every time. So you never really get sick of it. You become dependent on it. But drugs without dependency like that, like, you feel that way every time. Like, every time I smoke weed, I feel good. Immediately. Alcohol is kind of the same way. For me. Every time I have a cold sip of beer, it's not even about the alcohol inside of it. It's just a taste of home, you know? It's like, it makes me feel comfortable. I guess there are certain things that you might not get tired of. You'd have to trick your brain to do it. That's why drugs are so effective at that, at getting people hooked. Can you imagine, you know the pleasure you get out of working out afterwards? Like the pleasure centers in your brain actually activate after a workout. But you had to struggle to get that. So now it's a fight of, hey, do I want this pleasure and am I willing to struggle this amount to get, versus drugs where it's just like, okay, pop a pill, I'm done. What I'm trying to say is the real pleasures in life are never free of struggle. So it's like, for there to be a heaven, you'd have to kind of skip that process, kind of like drugs do, and trick your brain. So it's like I don't think heaven is possible really without some form of trickery. And if we did become gods, I know I'd get bored. Because think about it, like when I used to play old video games back in the day and I used to cheat, I never understood cheaters because when I tried it, it was fun for like the first hour because I'm unstoppable and I'm a god and I can't be defeated and I can do anything I want. But it got so boring after that hour because it's like, what's the point now? I mean, like, there's no struggle. So my brain naturally wouldn't get that pleasure from it because it wasn't a struggle. Because that's how the human brain works unless you trick it. So even being a god wouldn't be enjoyable after a while. Because you're taking away the struggle. Science. Well, I don't believe in heaven. That's especially not a heaven like the Christian heaven. Like we're just in the clouds playing the trombone, worshiping the Lord Savior for the rest of our lives, which is going to be forever. That's a long time for anything. Anyone who's been married for 22 years will tell you that. Like, no matter how much you love that person, sometimes it gets old. Can you imagine being married for the rest of eternity, which is forever, which means it's never going to end, which means every Saturday you're going to hear her complain about something. And she's going to see you leave something out of the fridge and yell at you. And everyone's just going to get annoyed forever. How does that happen? Especially living forever because it makes it easier to predict things. So it's just going to be like, okay, he's going to leave the milk out of the fridge. Promise. As soon as I get home, it's going to be there. This has happened 242 times in the last decade. Horrible. That's the scary part. Every time I try to use logic with religion, it just stops making sense and it starts sounding more like torture than anything. Honestly, I think heaven would just be real life. Reincarnation sounds better. Love to come back as a butterfly, but the problem with that is, are you going to remember? And if not, what's the point? Might as well just let me die, bro.
That's why I feel like that deja vu.
Yeah.
Something might not be exactly the same, but something.
Yeah. Reincarnation would be nice. And it would explain why certain animals have a personality and some don't. Are some just droids or...
Think about this. Now.
So the animals turn into humans next?
Yeah.
That would be interesting, because that would be like heaven.
Because wouldn't it be, we say, oh,
right!
Would want to come back as a human?
Bro, I would love to be a bird. Maybe we just hop back and forth, like, alright, I want to be a human now.
So look back at how many animals now.
He wanted to be a horse until some cowboy snatched his neck. And
That's what I'm saying.
he was like, alright, I fuck that. I want to be a cowboy now. Yeah, and that would be more of a heaven than heaven. Because you have new struggles. Instead of no struggles, you just have different ones. You take a break from those types of struggles for a while. And you become a bird. Now you have to watch out for snakes. But it's easier because you can fly. Now if you're one of the good birds and you're an aviation master, you can just fly around from tree to tree. But now you have to worry about spores. Fungi is your worst enemy, and so is bacteria, and parasites. You gotta watch yourself as a bird. And the problem is you don't have a microwave anymore because you're not a human anymore. So now you have to worry about that worm raw. This whole new set of struggles. But you get to fucking fly though. It's worth it. It's worth it. If I eat this worm, I'll have the energy to fly. And he takes that risk and is like, fuck it. I want to fly again. Whereas me, it's like I go to work for 8 hours so I can buy another beer. Would you rather eat worms or work a 12-hour shift? I'll take the worms. Fuck it. You know? I'll eat the worm. Yeah, another one that seems to make more sense than any religion I've mingled with is simulation theory. Right? Because that would explain deja vu as well, kind of like the Matrix. The only problem with that is the same problem with every other religion. Okay, we got this guy who created a simulation, but where did he come from? Now we still kind of have to go back to a God thing. Or an origin story. But then if we do go with that, then we run into the same problem I've always had. Who made that God? Who made the God that made that God? And then it's just going to keep going forever. Hey! Dare you sip without offering me? So we would have needed a God that had created himself somehow. Spontaneously. Now mind you, what is he going to create himself with? Because there's nothing there. Literally nothing. Existence doesn't exist.
Makes more sense. I mean, I say it's something.
I think it's a great theory, but the only problem is we still don't have an origin. Where did the first animal come from? Because for another animal to reincarnate into another animal, you need that animal first.
Maybe we were like an organism.
Organisms are life forms, but where did that come from? Because every organism needs a food source. Meaning, most of the food sources we have are things that used to be living that are now dead, or in some cases still alive.
Which makes sense.
Every single organism in this planet eats something that is dead. So, if you have to eat something that's dead, then that thing would have had to have been alive at some point. Yeah. But it doesn't explain the origins. That's the only thing that I don't get. Because no matter what religion I look at, they can't explain the origin. And that's a big problem for me. I've looked at Buddhism. Buddhism to me was a joke. Because it's like you're basically... It's just a story. It's not even... I don't think anyone even thinks it's real. It's more of a way of life. No one actually... At least to my knowledge, actually worships the Buddha. They just worship the principles. So I don't think anyone thinks that Buddha is a real god. It's a story, it's a list of principles. Basically, it's some fat guy that went and meditated and starved himself and somehow stayed fat, by the way, while starving himself, and meditated so long and so hard that he shook mountains. The end. The end. How in the fuck am I supposed to worship anything here? So then I move on to Muslims, and I found so many similarities between being Muslim, like the Quran and the Bible, I should say. So many similarities, but also a lot of weird things, just like the Bible. but nothing concrete about origin stories. Where did this God come from? And why in Christianity is it a rule to not worship any other gods if there are no other gods? That would be a weird commandment, wouldn't it? Why would you need a commandment to not worship any other gods because he's a jealous God? Like, well, so does that mean there are other gods? Right? That would be like me making a law in this house that no one can steal my car, and I don't have a car. Wouldn't that be a weird rule? That's a weird rule. But then with Christianity, it's the same thing. Oh, it all started on the first day. Blah, blah, blah. God created this. Okay, well, we're skipping a part. Who created God? We're skipping that part. Where the fuck did he come from? So, it's just a bunch of nothingness. And this God is just sitting in the clouds of nothingness, pitch black, and just for some reason on this particular day finally decided to create something. Like, that just doesn't sound right. So he's the only thing in existence somehow. Hindu gods are just like evil. It's from what I've seen. And to me, he still didn't go over the origin stories. You'd think of one religion out there that goes over the origin stories. That's why I try to stick with religions that make more sense where they don't talk about the origin story. They just talk about the way of life currently. Like animism. You respect the world and it respects you. I mean, duh. I can fuck with that. You know one thing all these religions do have in common, though? Money. Money, money, money. Very suspicious, my friend. Where'd you get the money for that mosque? Yeah. Yep. Where the hell did he get the money for that mosque or that fucking church or temple? And if you look at the churches and temples, it's not like, oh, it was donation. It don't look like no wooden shack in the middle of the woods, That wasn't no fucking donation. These are fucking made of pure marble. And at the top, at the peak, there's a solid gold steeple. All the paintings inside are custom. Not just any glass, painted glass. Come on, where the fuck did you get the money for this? Yo. All the poor people out here in the world. And then you read the book and it makes Jesus look like the type of guy that would take the coat off of his back to give it to another man. Poor man. He would roam the earth a bum on purpose because he kept giving his shit to everybody else. But then when you look at the church teaching this stuff, it's the opposite. They're riding around in Mercedes. Their temple is made of gold and marble. Meanwhile, there's kids on the street starving. Those same starving people that go to church, they're like, all right, pass that cup. What? Why don't you pass a cup with some gold in it? That's what Jesus would do. Right? Right? I mean, am I wrong here? I can't believe people buy into this shit. And it sucks because once the parents buy into it, now the children basically are inevitably going to have to buy into it because they're going to be raised that way. And so on. All it takes is one dumbass family to just create an entire generation, a series of generations that are in this church and don't know why. It's like the first ones were just stupid. The ones after that were indoctrinated. So it was like, you only need one set of stupid people. That's the scary part. Like, being indoctrinated is kind of like being stupid. It's like your brain creates a filter. And anything you hear contrary to what you believe just gets stopped by that filter. I feel like if the prophet of that church went up and pulled a gun out and stuck it to one of them people's heads, they wouldn't try to move. They wouldn't duck. That's kind of weird. Let's just be honest. Kind of weird. And then we gotta get into the sacrifice, the great sacrifice, as they call it. Jesus dying on the cross for our sins. That was supposed to be the ultimate sacrifice, right? How? He came back to life like 3 days later. He just took a weekend off. That's not a sacrifice. He took a 3-day vacation to heaven, came back, and went about his day. How is that a sacrifice? A sacrifice would be somebody like me blowing my head off, and no one. I'm never coming back. It's over. And I saved the lives of many. That would be a sacrifice. Shit, I'll die for 3 days and come back. I mean, that's easy. That's not, if that's all it takes to become a god, I'll do it. What is there to lose? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Anyone could have done that. On the contrary, it is not. That'd be real nice. Problem is, there's so many preachers out here that don't even know what they're talking about. And the Christians will always say, "Oh, that was just a bad preacher." He didn't know what he was talking about. But who does? They can't point me to who does. I want to go to a church, any church, and just confront the leader of that church. I'm not going to try and be mean or anything. I'm not going to call him an idiot. I just want you to prove your religion to me. I'm not the smartest person in the world, so it should be easy to even just trick me into accepting defeat. Now, I'm not the smartest guy. I want to see him try, though. I mean, come on. They like to use their own book to prove their own book, too. It's like, what? You can't use the thing to prove the thing. You can't. That's like me writing a book about my life. And in the book it says I'm a billionaire. And then when someone comes to me and says, well, you're clearly not a billionaire. I'm like, yeah, I am. See, it says it right here. In this book that I wrote. Can't do that. The problem with those debates that I try to set up is that they almost always shut down within the first minute. They won't even talk anymore. They'll get angry. They'll call you the devil or whatever. They'll say things like, it's okay, if you want to burn in hell, go ahead. They'll say things like that, and it's like, bro, you can't just run away from the argument by saying things. Answer the question. They won't. There you go again, taking a shot in that offering mud. Give me that. Why ain't you offer me a sip?
Get or no?
And a little bit. I want it when we watch TV.
In between you talking and me and April. Hours of groceries.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So, yeah, man.
Well, that's what I thought about earlier. Back in with April and
Bill's here. Stay, Bill's here. Bill's here. There's a hunter out there. Grab the pills. Princess? Bill? No. Jesus, I'm down. Stay positive. Heals here.
Help, please!
Watch out! Let me heal you. Molotov's over here. We got weapons over here. This is a shot I can love. Rest in peace, man.
Francis, you might want to heal. The crane lowered that dumpster.
Doop doop.
Francis, come on, buddy. Ammo here. Pills here. Pills. Oh, cool. Down the stairs.
Stay safely. Over here. Over here.
Heads up! Ammo here! Hold on. She's dead. I owe you one. Weapons here! Pills here!
Lewis, gun.
Pills here! Told you I'd get us here. Reloading!
Really wants to watch the fire, bro. defenses. Run into in front of you, yeah, totally.
You're gonna be okay.
Might need these. Pipe bomb! Cool. There's a safe across the skyway. Let's get inside. First aid kit over here. First aid kit over here. There's a first aid kit here. Old man, use your health kit. Let's go through the opposite.
It's gonna spawn right here. Your Molly would have fell in here.
Bro, heal up.
Oh, thank God, we're almost out of here.
Reloading!
And there. Oh boy. It's a tough spot. Alright. Extra kids. Lewis. I'm a gun. Down. Pretty good. Not bad, not bad. That was amazing. Take over for me now. I gotta go.
Ready for that food now. Hear me?